Hello, are you ready for the adventure? Ayan and Mimo, and the mysterious tales of North Korea. Once upon a time in a faraway land, a curious boy named Ayan and his mischievous gray cat, Mimo, loved to explore the unknown. One day they stumbled upon an old dusty book in a hidden corner of the attic. The book was ancient, with a strange symbol on the cover and words neither of them had ever seen before. Ayan, look at this. Mimo meowed, pawing at the book. Despite being just a cat, Mimo had a way of understanding the world that was almost magical. Ayan opened the book carefully, and a puff of dust filled the air. The pages were yellowed and brittle, and the text was written in a language Ayan didn't recognize. But as he turned the pages, the book began to glow, and the words seemed to rearrange themselves into a story he could read. The story was about a mysterious land called North Korea, ruled by a powerful and feared leader named Kim Jong-un. According to the book, Kim Jong-un was not just a leader, but a figure shrouded in dark magic, with the power to control shadows and bend reality. As Ayan read, the room around him grew darker, and the air became cold. Mimo's fur stood on end, and he hissed at the shadows creeping across the floor. Suddenly, the book's pages began to turn on their own, faster and faster, until they stopped on a page with a terrifying illustration of Kim Jong-un, surrounded by eerie, ghostly figures. The picture seemed to come alive, with the figures moving and writhing on the page. Ayan closed the book. Mimo cried, but it was too late. The shadows in the room grew taller, stretching out from the corners and slithering towards them. The ghostly figures from the book started to emerge, their hollow eyes glowing in the dim light. Ayan tried to close the book, but it was stuck open, the shadows pouring out from the pages. The room filled with whispers, low and sinister, in a language Ayan couldn't understand. The shadows began to form a shape, a tall figure with a stern face, just like the illustration of Kim Jong-un. The figure loomed over Ayan and Mimo, its eyes glowing with a malevolent light. "You should not have opened the book," the figure said in a voice that sent chills down Ayan's spine. "Now you must listen to the tales of North Korea, where the night never ends and the shadows whisper secrets no one should hear." The figure raised its hand, and the shadows closed in around Ayan and Mimo. The room seemed to disappear, replaced by a dark, eerie landscape. In the distance they could see the outline of a towering castle, surrounded by dark forests and twisted paths. "This is the land of shadows," the figure said. "You will hear the tales of those who have entered, and you will not leave until you do." Ayan and Mimo huddled together, terrified. They knew they had to find a way out, but the shadows were everywhere, whispering, taunting, and pulling them deeper into the dark land. But Ayan was brave and Mimo was clever. With his cat by his side, Ayan decided to confront the shadows and the figure that controlled them. He took a deep breath, stood up, and faced the figure. "We won't be afraid of your tales," Ayan said, his voice shaking but determined.